traders, Alberto here, and this is another update, another tutorial on the Wizard and FX Advisory, and today's lesson is going to be on price action. Price action usually is the best way to trade. Understanding candlestick patterns will help you profit in the markets. Now, using price action alongside Wizard Advisory Indicator to confirm what you see in price is what I'm going to show today. So Australian yen. Now notice here in this area of support, just highlight that area right there. We have several candlestick patterns essentially telling us that the market most likely is going to turn around and head north. Number one, we have spinning tops with a bullish candle that closes above the spinning top. That in itself should give us enough information to tell us that the bulls are starting to be in control, and market most likely is going to turn around from this sell-off that started all the way up here. Okay. The bears try to push price down, and the next candle was bullish, so the bears failed to break below the support, and this candle here essentially tells us, okay, bulls are certainly in control. Anytime the bears try to push price down, the bulls just push it back up. The bears try to push price down, and the bulls just push price up, causing this what is commonly known as a false break. Notice that price tried to break below the support and failed. And we have this indecision candle, the next candle is a bullish candle. So all signs, this whole combination, all the 6 candles here just tells us that yes, the market's in an uptrend. The wizard is giving us a buy signal, and that confirms the market's going to be in an uptrend. Now this is a short-term trade based on the 1-hour chart. So I'll switch over to the FX Advisory Indicator, and this is the area that I was just discussing. Notice the stochastics is oversold, and the advisory indicator is giving us a buy signal. So that confirms everything that I suspected just looking at candlestick patterns, just looking at price action, understanding price action, and knowing that this level of support is going to hold and market's going to turn around and head north. Okay, and that's exactly what happened here, giving us a nice profit of about 57 pips. And again, price action, the combination of the wizard giving us a confirming this level of support, giving us a buy signal, and switching over to advisory indicator, we have this buy area telling us to buy at 86.76. Just confirms this trade, and that was a nice trade. So these are trades that I look for. I'm looking for 3 things: price action, looking for candlestick patterns that apparently will give us a nice support or resistance, understanding there are 8 candlestick patterns that it's so important to understand, to really remember, because those 8 candlestick patterns will tell you if the market's overbought, oversold, and when to get in, when to exit a trade. The advisory indicator and the wizard will give you entries. So this makes it so much easier. Okay. Now, again, here is a trade signal on the advisory indicator. Market rallied, hit this level of resistance. Advisory indicator is giving us a sell signal. The candlestick pattern is confirming what we see. So the entry on the advisory would have been up here. Okay. We get confirmation on the wizard down at these levels. Now, you may ask, well, why would I use the wizard indicator if I have the advisory indicator that's giving me a signal which is essentially about maybe 10 or 20 pips, 30 pips before the signal. The reason why is the advisory indicator at times will repaint. It may stop here, but maybe go up higher. And the combination of the two indicators, even though this particular trade, yes, would have been better to get up, take a trade, a sell all the way up here instead of down there. But look at this trade. It continued to sell off, even with the advisory indicator, or rather the wizard, giving us a sell signal. It just continued to sell off for another 50 pips. So yes, at times I will take a trade based on just the FX advisory indicator if there's a candlestick pattern. And this is basically the scalping method that I use, the color change candle that I developed, where you have at least 2 green candles to the upside and a change of color, and then you take a trade 8 pips below the close of this candle. So that's a strategy using the color change, 1 hour color change candle strategy. But I have a lot of confirmation. I have the advisory indicator giving me a sell signal, and I've got stochastics is overbought. So when everything lines up, these trades work out beautifully. FX advisory giving us a sell signal. Stochastics is overbought, and 2 lines and stochastics are turning down, which is our key. This is important. The 2 lines on stochastics need to cross. Okay, and then the market continues to sell off when the wizard gives us a signal for another 50 pips to the downside. Let's look at some other pairs. Here's another example, New Zealand yen. We have a sell signal on the advisory all the way up here, and understanding price action definitely helps because this is an inside bar. The market rallies all the way up, gives us about 83 pips. Then an inside bar and stochastics being overbought and a sell area. So this is very high probability. This is an excellent trade to take, knowing that market's already put in pretty much its daily range, giving us a reversal candle. Stochastics is overbought, and notice the 2 lines crossing to the downside. That's important. Now, the advisory did not, on this trade also did not give us a signal till about here, which is fine. At least I know there are 2 indicators essentially telling us the same thing, that the market's in a downtrend. If you look at the panel, all the time frames are showing bearish sentiment. So if I switch over to the wizard indicator, everything is pointing down as well. This is helpful if, for example, you are late in a trade and you're not sure if you should take the trade, if it's going to continue in its path. Then looking at just the panel here, the indicator is showing us sell, all the way from 5-minute to 4-hour. And the advisory indicator is also showing us a downtrend, okay? Now this is the pound Australian dollar. Notice that we have a sell signal and a candlestick pattern that is a reversal pattern, which is an inside bar on the 1-hour chart. Okay, so to qualify this trade, I just need a few more things. Stochastics needs to be overbought, which it is. So I just need for the 2 lines on stochastics to cross downward, and it's starting to do that. Now, because this is Friday, normally what happens from Friday to Monday is that Monday retracement. So what I do is I highlight Friday, because I know if Friday's rallies, then Monday usually retraces. Okay, we call that the Monday retracement. But we need to qualify the trade, and everything is setting up for Monday. We have an inside bar, we have stochastics overbought, and we have the FX advisory indicator giving us a sell signal. So the wizard hasn't given us a signal yet, but just by price action alone, right there. I count the number of pips from Friday's low to Friday's high. Exceeds its daily range, 230 pips. It's difficult for the market to sustain this going into the next week. Market needs to retrace, needs to take a breather before it goes back up again. And that's essentially what's going to happen on Monday. And it's why I like to highlight Friday, because it gives me a point of reference. I know by this area here shows that the market's in an uptrend, then most likely Monday is going to retrace, but I need to qualify. And on the FX advisory, it's already qualified. We have a sell signal, we have an inside bar, and stochastics is overbought. Okay, so that's it for this tutorial. These tutorials, I will be posting more YouTube videos, but if you join the trade room, you will learn how to trade using the FX advisory indicator and the wizard. We will go through a lot of examples, and it's live, so we'll be taking trades live. There was one trade that I actually took on Euro Aussie. Here was the support level. This was Friday. Support level on Friday, switched over to the wizard, and there was a signal right there. And this is a small account, up in profit about 30 pips so far on this trade. Actually took this trade late. Should have waited till price retraced and entered, but I saw the signal and I entered the trade immediately. So currently about 10 pips on this trade. So that's it for this tutorial. If you would like to join our trade room, just click on the URL. The website is fx-northwest.com. Or if you'd like to purchase the FX Advisory Indicator or the Wizard, they're both on the website. Have a good weekend and see everyone next week.